Welcome to the Cochrane Show. Today, we are going to be doing a preview of week 1 in the NFL. It has been a long time coming. It's been a long off season since basketball ended and football hasn't been on. I mean, the off season of sports is just brutal, and I can't be more excited for the start of the NFL season. And what I'm going to do in these preview shows is I'm going to, instead of just previewing the games, I'm going to be asking what are the biggest questions heading into each week. And so week 1, I mean, there's nothing but questions. We have no answers. We don't know what's going to happen, but there are plenty of questions that we can discuss. I'd love for you to get involved in the conversation. Comment what you think. Comment the questions that you have, if you agree, if you disagree. Maybe you've got some answers for the questions that I have. But before we get any further, I'd love for you to subscribe to the Cochrane Show YouTube channel and follow us on podcast. This is something I'm really passionate about. If you like football, if you like basketball, if you like hockey, those are the 3 sports that I like to talk about. And I'm just trying to get into this long form podcasting a little bit more. And I'm in Australia. I'd love to have a community of people that I can talk sports about in North America because I don't have many people here to talk sports. So this is my outlet. And so let's get into week 1. The NFL has absolutely treated us with an amazing week 1 schedule. I mean, all the games are must watch. All the games are rivalries. Yeah, some of them are duds, but I would say 80% of the games are going to be fantastic. Let's get into the week 1 questions right now. So, starting with the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. And my question is, can the Philadelphia Eagles do a repeat season? Can they handle the pressure? Can they be the ones that everybody is going for, that's gunning for? Everyone's going to bring their best effort. I mean, can Barkley rush for 2,000 yards again? I think the answer is probably no. So, I struggle to think that the Eagles are going to be back in the Super Bowl this year, but that's my big question mark. Can they make it? Can they handle the pressure? Can they go from being the hunters to the hunted? And then on the Dallas Cowboys side, the question that I have for the Dallas Cowboys is can Dak Prescott stay healthy? Because when Dak Prescott is healthy, I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are 12-5. Every year that he's healthy, they're 12-5. And I'm I am pretty high on the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think losing Parsons is a huge deal. I think they got good draft capital. I think they got good compensation, and Dak Prescott is the engine that makes the whole thing go. And as long as he's healthy, I think the Dallas Cowboys have a really strong chance. They've got a great offense. They've got a great defense. They got new coaching. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be. So the question is, who's the powerhouse of the NFC East? Is it the Cowboys or is it the Eagles? Next, let's talk about the Chiefs versus the Chargers. And the question that I have is, can Justin Herbert live up to the ridiculous superstar status that people have given him? I mean, what has he done to get that status? What has he done to be held in like the top 5 quarterback conversation? He hasn't won a playoffs game. He doesn't have the greatest resume. Can he live up to that status? So Justin Herbert, can you show us what you've got? Can you win something? And the question that I have for the Chiefs is, are you going to be able to get back to that fun, unstoppable powerhouse offense that you used to have? It's been a couple of years now where it's been more game management, where it's been just take what the defense gives you. And yes, there's a strategy and there's skill to that for Patrick Mahomes. But thinking back to the Tyreek Hill offense with Kelsey and Mahomes just slinging it all over the field, I really think the Chiefs are like the Golden State Warriors were of the NFL. They both sort of bring that same emotion. They bring that same flair, that same fun. And I think it's just good for the NFL for the Chiefs to get back from being that high flying offense. So right now, there's a ton of questions around these two teams. I wonder if the Chiefs are feeling a bit disrespected, like people are counting them out, and maybe they need that. I do not count out Andy Reid as a win. Andy Reid, he sort of wins all season openers and he wins bye-week games. So with preparation, give me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. Steelers versus the Jets. I mean, so many question marks in this game, so many question marks with these two teams. The Steelers, it starts and stops with Aaron Rodgers. A year further removed from his Achilles injury, can Aaron Rodgers resembles some sort of form that he had when he was with the Packers. I mean, last year it was embarrassing. He doesn't look like he wants to get hit. Um, he didn't seem like he was in sync with his offense, and he had a lot of power, a lot of control in New York. So coming into a system where there is structure, there is an alpha dog at the top in Mike Tomlin, can Aaron Rodgers get back to just being a quarterback, just playing football? And then on the New York Jets side, Justin Fields, is he just what he is, or is there some untapped potential inside Justin Fields? I think as a fantasy quarterback, he's going to have a phenomenal season. I would love to see him have some success in New York. They've got a great offense. They've got a good offensive line. They've got a great running game. I think he's going to run the crap out of the ball this year. But I think that Steelers are going to win this Aaron Rodgers revenge game. But those are the questions that I have for the Steelers and Jets. It starts and stops with the quarterbacks. I think week one is going to tell us a lot about what to expect with these two franchises. Buccaneers versus the Falcons. Buccaneers, can you continue? Can Baker Mayfield still be a great quarterback without his offensive coordinator he had last year? Or was the offensive coordinator the reason for his success? So, Baker Mayfield, it's time for you to show us what you're made of. And then the Falcons, they have a quarterback as well. And then the Falcons, I mean, their question started to stop at the quarterback as well. What do you have in Michael Penix? Is he going to be the quarterback of the future? He can't be much worse than Kirk Cousins was last year. But what are you going to be? What kind of team are the Falcons going to be? I think the whole team is a giant question mark. I just have no idea about the Falcons. Next, we've got the Giants versus the Commanders. Can Jaden Daniels have a good sophomore season? We see it time and time again where a quarterback will come out in their rookie season and be phenomenal, and they have a slump the next year. Is he who he showed us last year? But once teams start game planning him, can he still continue to be that dominant? And then for the New York Giants, can Russell Wilson tap into that Russell Wilson magic? I think the Giants are going to shock everybody, but my question mark is, how long does Russell Wilson stay as the starting quarterback of the New York Giants? I'm a Seahawks fan. I'd love to see Russell Wilson succeed in New York. I'd love to see the Giants be good. I think it's good for the NFL. So the question mark is, how long will Russell Wilson be the starting quarterback of the Giants? I'd love for you to comment below, actually. Do you think he lasts the whole season, or how long does Russell Wilson stay as the starting quarterback? Panthers, Jaguars, the question mark is like, which one of these two number one overall quarterbacks are going to prove that they're worth that number one overall pick? Young versus Trevor Lawrence. I mean, both of them have been disappointing. Both of them were number one overall picks. Both were pretty hyped up. So which one can prove they're number one, and which one is going to confirm that they're a bust? Again, comment below. Which quarterback do you think is going to have the better career, Bryce Young or Trevor Lawrence? Let's go to the Bengals versus the Browns. I mean, the Browns, is there a question mark? I think the franchise is a question mark. I don't know. What's your direction? What are we doing? Are you trying to win? I mean, you just continue to make poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. I don't really put much thought into the Browns. I'm not even going to ask a question because I don't think there's any answers for the Browns. The Bengals, on the other hand, you are very top heavy. You're paying a lot of money to 3 players. What is the supporting cast like in Cincinnati? Can you actually protect Joe Burrow? Can Joe Burrow stay healthy for an entire season? When you pay that much money to 3 players, it's hard to round out your roster. Bengals, what's the supporting cast like? Raiders versus Patriots. Pete Carroll, do you still have it? Are you the oldest coach in the NFL? I think you are. Do you still have the energy? Do you still have being a player's coach? Can you still motivate these players to buy into your system? And Geno Smith, I mean, you've got your preferred quarterback at QB, but the question mark in Vegas is Pete Carroll. Was Seattle, like, can you replicate what you did in Seattle in Vegas? And then the Patriots, you're either going to be really good or really bad. I don't see you being a middle of the road team. Can you get back to that Patriots way? Is the hype real? People are talking about the Patriots as even winning the AFC East, which I guess the AFC East is wide open, but The Patriots haven't been good since Tom Brady left, and I don't really see them being good again this year. I don't understand the hype. I think we'll have to wait a few weeks to truly understand what the Patriots are. 49ers and the Seahawks, the storyline, the question mark, Christian McCaffrey. Are you going to be healthy this year? Can we draft you number 1 overall in fantasy? Because I think that's what everyone wants to know. Like, is Christian McCaffrey going to be healthy? How are they going to manage this? And then the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, was last year the exception or the rule? Are you the quarterback that we saw last year in the Vikings, or are you the quarterback that we saw with the Jets? This is a prove it year for Sam Darnold. It is going to make or break his legacy as a quarterback in the NFL. Titans, Broncos. Broncos, is your defense the best in the NFL? That's the question. People are saying that you are the best defense in the NFL. And if you are, can Bo Nix take you to the promised land? I believe the Broncos are the best team in the AFC West, right? The AFC West. Yeah, I think the Broncos might be, tied with the Chiefs as one of the best teams. They're the best all-around team in the AFC West. They probably don't have the best quarterback, but football is a lot more than just the quarterback. And so the Broncos, can you live up to the hype of being the best team? And the Titans, sort of similar to the Browns. Like, what are we doing? What's your direction? Titans, I think even if you don't win a lot of games this year, if you see hope in Cam Ward, then this is a successful season. So I wouldn't be too concerned about whether or not the Titans win or lose, but what does the quarterback pass the eye test? Because you can often tell pretty early how a quarterback is going to fare in the NFL. All right, the Rams and the Texans. Texans, CJ Stroud, you had one of those sophomore slumps last year. What are the Texans? Are the Texans who we saw last year or the year before? Can the Texans get back to being a great team? Can CJ Stroud be considered a top 5 quarterback? I think he did take a step back last year. And then on the Rams side of things, Matt Stafford, are you going to be able to walk after week 1? Are you even playing in week 1? What's your career? Should you just hang up the boots? I mean, it seems like you're pretty injured pretty often. You're one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. I love the way Matt Stafford throws the ball. He's got one of the prettiest throws, one of the nicest sidearms. He started that no-look pass. I think a lot of people gave credit to Patrick Mahomes, but I think Stafford was actually doing it before Patrick Mahomes. So a lot of these question marks I know around the quarterback, but I think the quarterback is so important. Lions versus Packers. Was the Lions more about their coordinators than they were the players? The players are going to have to prove everyone wrong. Everyone's saying that it was the offensive and defensive coordinators that made them great. The players are still there. So players, let's bring it. Let's get rid of that storyline. And then the Packers, how much of a difference does Micah Parsons bring? Are you true contenders? People are elevating you to the contender status. So Packers, does Parsons bring you to the promised land? And Jordan Love, you've been paid. You got your paycheck. Can you live up to it? You started slow last year and finished strong. Let's have a complete season and give yourself a chance in the playoffs. Vikings, Bears, Caleb Williams. Is Caleb Williams a bust, or is he the quarterback of the future? I don't know if there's any middle ground for Caleb Williams. He was so hyped a couple years ago when he was drafted, people calling him a generational talent, the best draft pick since the best quarterback in any draft since Andrew Luck. I mean, that's the type of stuff people were saying about Caleb Williams. And now people are saying, is he going to lose his job to this other quarterback, his backup, who just got the paycheck? Caleb Williams, what are you? And then the Vikings, was it the right choice getting rid of Sam Darnold? Did you make the right decision? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. This year, we're going to find out. And then last but not least, Ravens versus Bills. The question's the same for both of these teams. Is this the year that you can dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC? I mean, I think that's what this game boils down to. Can you get over the hump? Can you prove that Josh Allen, that you're the best quarterback in the NFL? And for Lamar Jackson, can you prove that you're not just a regular season quarterback? Can you prove that run-first quarterbacks can win the Super Bowl? I haven't seen it. I don't think it's possible. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but I have a theory that run-first quarterbacks aren't going to win a Super Bowl. But really, you guys need to start thinking, really, these two teams, they live in the shadow of the Kansas City Chiefs. So to start off the year, they're going to want to make a statement to the Chiefs that we're here, we're ready, come and get us. So who do you think between the Ravens and the Bills, who do you think has the best chance of dethroning the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game this year? So that's all of the week one games that we have for the NFL. I'm going to do a recap show after Monday Night Football, which for me is Monday day because I live in Australia. And in that recap show, we're going to talk about the 3 winners and the 3 losers. Thanks for joining me on the Cochrane Show for this preview show. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. Let's build a community where we talk sports, NFL, NBA, NHL. Peace.